It's Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. In this podcast, we cover some great news on Adam Young of Owl City, give you important dates to put on your calendar, review the latest from Adam Young, and much more. Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. Hopefully by the time you listen to this episode, episode 5 and 6 should be up. I've just been getting over a cold. For the last time that I recorded an episode, I actually recorded when I wasn't feeling the best, but I decided to record anyways. And then after that, I just didn't get around to editing because I just wasn't feeling up to it. So, but hopefully those episodes should be up. Episode 5, which is our inspiration behind Fiji water. We also covered a look at the commentary for New York City. And then the episode 6, we reviewed the New York City music video, and then I kind of talked about what my favorite music video was out of the cinematic era, and then I basically just talked about the inspiration behind the 5th of July. So yeah, so that's all that was, but I just want to clarify that those episodes should be up by now, hopefully. I wasn't feeling the best, so I'm a little bit behind on episodes. So if you want to listen to those episodes, you can. But other than that, we're just going to get started in this episode. So I don't think there's much else to talk about. So Owl City news. Let's get on with the news. Not much is happening, except 2 things. And one of them is actually the main subject of this episode. But Adam had just released the behind-the-scenes look at each of the music videos from Cinematic. So it's a short video. It's 3 to 4 minutes, and it takes a look at All My Friends, Lucid Dream, and New York City music video. And Adam was not involved with the music video at all. At least I don't know, because when you look at the behind the scenes, Adam did not make an appearance in the behind the scenes video at all, other than that cameo of him in the All My Friends music video. So I don't know if he had some involvement with the music video and he wasn't in the behind the scenes, or he just wasn't present for the making of his music video, and I don't know. We know that Adam was not in the music video, in any of the music video. Well, that little small cameo in All My Friends, but other than that, he was not in any of his music videos for Cinematic. So it could be possible that he wasn't there. I do know that his girlfriend was there, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But his girlfriend Abby was in the behind the scenes for the music videos, and I knew she was involved with the music video because on her Instagram and whatnot, she was saying that she was involved, and Abby's friend was also involved in the project as well. So maybe Adam just lent the project to other people and didn't really care. I don't know. Maybe Adam was involved with the music videos and he just wasn't in the behind the scenes video. I don't know. But anyways, the main subject of this episode actually is our Reel 3 review. This is it, guys. The last taste of Adam's cinematic album before it comes out June 1st. There's not really much for calendar dates except June 1st is when the rest of cinematic comes out. So I'm so excited. And as I said, the main subject is reviewing the last reel, a part of Adam's brand new album, Cinematic, coming out June 1st. And so we're going to be talking about each song on the reel. And then, now that we have all of the reels out right now, all the EPs, the reels, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to give you what my favorite reel is. Favorite to least favorite reel, I guess. And basically, also, I am going to go through the lyrics of Be Brave and Cloud 9, because Adam had already uploaded his commentary on Genius.com for both of those songs. So normally I do that in a separate episode, but I thought, hey, why not do it with these? Why not do it in this episode now that they're out? So, let's just get on with the review. So, before I begin, I know I didn't mention this in my Reel 1 and Reel 2 review, but I'll mention it in this review. For those of you who have not heard the songs yet, I suggest you pause this and listen to those tracks and come back. Now, before I begin, I do play each song on the review. I do play each song in full, but the reason I say pause it, because before I actually play the song, I actually talk about what happens in the song. And for those of you who might not want to be spoiled about what instruments are in the song or what the lyrics are, that's why I'm saying you should pause this and then listen to the songs before you actually listen to the review. Just, if you want to continue listening to this and don't care about spoilers, then that's alright. But I'm just saying, I do spoil some things, and I know I didn't mention this in my in any of my other reviews, and I apologize for that. But I just want you guys to be aware that I do give spoilers. So, lyric spoilers and all that sorts of stuff. So, so let's get on with talking about Cloud 9. Okay, so Cloud 9 is a little bit different as far as lyrics go, because again, the whole theme about cinematic is most of Adam's music for Owl City has always been imaginative lyrics. Adam has written songs from the imagination rather than reality. With this album, Adam has decided to look back on the last 30 years of his life and write actual literal songs that, when you take a look at, there are some songs on here that use imaginative lyrics, or not necessarily imaginative lyrics, but lyrics that, I don't know how to describe this. Alright, I'm just going to go through each song off of the album that we've heard so far, just to give you a little sense of what I'm talking about. Fiji Water is about Adam signing to his record label for the first time, and basically everything that went down about that weekend in 2008 when he got signed to Universal Republic. The 5th of July is about the time that Adam was born. All My Friends is basically about Adam's friends, and to appreciate basically the friends that he has. Not All Heroes Wear Capes is about Adam's dad, and Adam says that his dad is his hero. Montana is about Adam Adam's girlfriend's someone in Abby's family. It's a family member of Abby's. I'm not entirely sure if it's her grandpa or her father or something. Well, the guy's around 80-something years old, so I'm assuming it's her grandfather, but I don't know. It's a guy who's 80 years old, and he went to Montana, I think, around the time he was like 15, 16 or something like that. I don't know. Lucid dream, though, is imaginative in a sense that Adam basically he keeps a dream journal beside him, and he basically wrote this dream, and basically this one certain dream he had became the lyrics to this song, which was Lucid Dream. So I guess that's kind of imaginative because it's a dream and it's not really real life, but I mean, I don't know. And then New York City, of course, was about the time that Adam, I think he said he was 18, and he had left his hometown for the first time and went on this long car trip to New York City. So, Cloud 9, though, Adam had said it's a song about learning to keep your head up even when you feel like the entire world is doing everything Cloud 9 is a song about learning to keep your head up even when you feel like the entire world is doing everything it can to bring you down. And then Adam had said he included 3 key changes in this song that give you a sense that you're ascending at all times. After listening to this song, remember that nothing can bring you down. So basically, really the whole song is about just lifting you up when you're feeling down. So basically it's a more happy song than anything. And like literally the first time I listened to this song, I was like literally grinning from ear to ear. Like this song does it. Like this song does what Adam describes what the song is about. You know, he's saying that this song is about learning to keep your head up even when you're feeling down, and not necessarily, I don't feel down a lot of the times, so I mean, whatever. But if I am feeling down, this would probably be the song that I would want to listen to, because it just, like, every time you're listening to this song, it just puts you in a good mood. And oh my gosh, that synth solo though, like, it's like, okay, here's the thing. I thought the synth solo in Fiji Water was amazing, right? And then New York City comes out, and I thought the synth solo on that was amazing. However, Cloud 9, oh my gosh. It was, like, it's the best synth solo I've heard on this album so far. So I think it's more Cloud 9, New York City, and then Fiji Water as far as the synth songs go, and that kind of remind me of Ocean Eyes and whatnot. So so this song, I wouldn't really call this song a literal lyric song, because I mean, maybe Adam did pull some literal stuff. Maybe he did pull some stuff that has happened in his life with this song. I don't know. But to me, I wouldn't call this song imaginative, but it definitely is just a song to keep your head up. Like, it's not a song that really fits the theme of the album as far as it being about Adam's life story. But maybe Adam was feeling down one day and needed to write this song. So, I mean, you never know, right? Anyways, going back to the synth solo, though, and everything, I just gotta say that this song reminds me of a couple of different songs from Adam. First of all, it reminds me of Up All Night from the Ultraviolet EP that got released in 2014. It kind of reminds me of the synth solo from Up All Night. It also reminds me of a couple of older songs. it kind of reminds me of, I call it the Pac-Man song just because I can't pronounce the actual title of it, but Adam, back when he was blogging, he posted like this little chiptune 8-bit type track, and he mashed it up with one of his songs called I'll Meet You There, it was talking about Pac-Man, so that's why I call it the Pac-Man song, but because I can't actually pronounce the real title for it, but it kind of reminds me of that as well. It also reminds me, now Adam didn't release this like a studio instrumental cover of it, but it was either on the Ocean Eyes tour, it was somewhere around that time. Adam did a cover of a song from a video game that he played on the N64, I think, Nintendo 64. I could be wrong. It was on the Nintendo anyways. Wave Race. He did like an instrumental cover of the theme song off of there, I believe. And it kind of reminds me of that too. Basically, it sounds like video game music to me, like the synth solo on there, but it sounds so cool and amazing that, again, this song does what this song describes, lifting you up when something's bringing you down. So I think it's really cool. I really enjoy this song. Again, when I first listened to this song, like, I was like smiling, like grinning from ear to ear. Like it was just, it also kind of reminded me of Hot Air Balloon a little bit. Like, I don't think an Owl City song had made me grin from ear to ear since Hot Air Balloon. Like, it had that upbeat feeling to it. Like, Hot Air Balloon I really love and I still enjoy. So it kind of reminds me of that. But it could just be because it's called Cloud 9 and I always think of the clouds and in the sky. So, I mean, which kind of makes sense because, I mean, it's lifting you up. And the three key changes just add more to that as well. Yeah, so. The last key change that Adam did where his voice is really high, when I first heard it, I wasn't too sure about it, but after the few listens, it kind of made sense and I actually got used to it and enjoyed it. But when I first listened to that, I was like, oh, Adam's voice sounds really weird and I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. But I actually learned to enjoy that. So we are 17 minutes into this recording. Let's get to playing at Cloud 9. So the first track off of the last reel, Reel 3. Here's Cloud 9.
Pull the moon down with the lasso. Make your ceiling full of stars glow. I could sneak in through the window, and I could say it, but we both know you got me floating on cloud 9. When the world gets you down and you're gonna get by, hanging when the world counts you out, and you're gonna be fine. Sometimes that's life. Some days nothing ever goes right, but when your hand is in mine, you got me floating on cloud 9. Meet the one who makes your heart stop. Find a diamond in a gift shop. Live a little, love a whole lot, and you'll be shouting from the rooftops. You got me floating on cloud 9. Look up when the world gets you down, and you're gonna Baby, are we almost there yet? And how much cooler could my life get? Take my hand and take a deep breath, and we'll ride off into the sunset. Look up when the world gets you down, and you're gonna get by. Hang in when the world counts you out, and you're gonna be fine. Sometimes that's life. Some days nothing ever goes right, but when your hand is in mine, look up when the world gets you down, and you're gonna get by. Hang in when the world counts you out, and you're gonna be fine. Sometimes that's life. Some days nothing ever goes right, but if your hand is in mine, I'll be floating on cloud nine for the rest of my life. I'll be floating on cloud nine for the rest of my life.
Owl City, Cloud 9. Yeah, one of my favorite songs off of the album so far, as far as synths go. I mean, Fiji Water had a great synth solo, and New York City was probably one of my favorite synth solos, but the synth solo in this just, it takes the cake for sure. So again, usually I would have done a separate episode to read the commentaries for the lyrics, but I thought we'll just go over that quickly because I thought they're already out now. I might as well just mention it. So we're gonna read the lyrics and then move on to and then read the commentary, obviously, and then go to the next song, which I'm real excited to talk about. So again, only reading the highlighted green lyrics, as those are the commentaries that Adam had. Those are the lyrics that Adam has used commentaries for. So the first line: pull the moon down with a lasso. Lasso. I don't know the actual pronunciation of that, but the first line of Cloud 9 is a nod to the movie It's a Wonderful Life. I haven't seen that movie, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the reference at all. I think I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but I haven't actually seen that whole movie. So, make your ceiling full of stars glow. Before I actually, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the song before we actually played it. That line, when I had first heard it, it sort of reminded me, dating back to Bird and the Worm from the Ocean Eyes album. There was a line that said, the glow-in-the-dark stars on your ceiling will shine for us, or something like that. I'll have to search up the exact lyric soon, but anyways, make your the line in Bird and the Worm kind of reminded me of that. So, make your ceiling full of stars glow. Adam says Cloud 9 is about meeting the love of your life. It's about the feelings of euphoria and wonder you experience as you get to know the person you love. And you're gonna be fine. Adam says something I feel inspired to communicate is the idea that life can be difficult at times, but when you fight for joy, you always come out the other side a stronger person. Find a diamond in the gift shop. Adam says, I've always liked the idea of someone finding their true love like a person accidentally finding a diamond in an unexpected place. Adam, okay. Sometimes that's life. Some days nothing ever goes right. Adam says, My hope is that Cloud9 might be an encouragement to someone who is hurting. I hope it reminds them to hold on when things fall apart. Alright, take my hand and take a deep breath. Adam says, I imagine at the end of my life, I'll look over at the person I love and say, wow, what a story we've lived. Hang in when the world counts you out. Adam says the synth lead sound is a manipulated recording of my girlfriend's voice. So the only thing I can think of as to what that is at the beginning, like the very beginning, like as soon as the song starts, there's this little sound that repeats itself throughout the song. So I'm assuming that's what that is, but I mean, I couldn't really hear a girl's voice, so that's the only thing I could really think of as to what that is. Anyways, and you're gonna get by. Adam says to represent the feeling of ascending, Cloud9 has 3 key changes. After each chorus, the song goes up one tone as if climbing higher and higher and into the sky. So that's Cloud9. Alright, so now we're going to get into a song that is brilliant. It is one of my favorite songs off of Real 3, I think. I really enjoyed Cloud9. I really enjoy... Here's the thing. Like Cloud9, when I first listened to that, I was like, wow, I really love it. It's exactly what I had thought it would be. It's just amazing, you know? And then, Be Brave. When we heard the previews back in November, when they got released on Google Play, it has now been taken off of Google Play. I'm assuming that it wasn't meant to be released on Google Play, the previews, and there was a mistake made, and they tried to correct it, but of course people ripped the previews, and you can still listen to the previews on YouTube, so. But anyways, Be Brave was probably, out of the whole album, as far as previews go, Be Brave was my least, out of all the songs that I was looking forward to, Be Brave was like the least one that I was looking forward to. Like it was it was at the bottom of my list of songs that I was looking forward to. I was looking more forward to the song as a story, and lyrically, this song sort of disappointed me. I thought there would be, sorry, with the microphone. I thought there'd be a little bit more to this song than what we had heard lyric-wise. So I was a little disappointed lyric-wise, but I just wanted to hear Adam's story behind this song. And lyric-wise, it sort of delivered it just a little bit, but I thought there would have been more to it. So that was a little disappointment from that standpoint. But Be Brave, Adam says, is about a midnight showing of a movie where he met his girlfriend. So Adam was in the middle of moving at the time, and so he literally had to sleep on his floor, I guess, apparently, at the time. And he was lonely, and he thought that, oh, I'm going to see a midnight showing of a movie. So he goes, and I don't know what he had seen. Rumors are going around that it was Frozen. I know it was at least 2014. As far back as when Adam had met Abby, considering on her Instagram, there's stuff that dates back to 2014. So it could be even a lot earlier than that, but I do know that 2014 is when the earliest they had met. So he goes to the movie theater and he sees this girl, and of course, he turned around and there she was, and he said he wrote this song because the events of that night completely changed his life, and he didn't want to look back one day and not be able to remember every little detail. He says, when you listen to this song, he hopes it leaves you with the realization that you never know what could happen, even from ordinary nights, like going to the movie theater. So, yeah, he met this girl, and just the whole thing is interesting. Obviously, when we read the commentary and the lyrics, you'll know a lot more about the song. But when I had heard the preview and I had found out that the song was actually about his girlfriend, meeting his girlfriend for the first time, I had thought Be Brave had meant, there's this girl he had seen who has caught his eye. He had no idea who she was. He didn't know her name. And basically, Adam has said in a lot of previous interviews that he is always shy around girls. And in general, I think Adam was shy, especially because when you look at his earlier interviews, like his early interviews, like when his career first started, you can tell he was shy. You could just tell he was not camera. You could just tell he was shy. I wouldn't say he was camera shy, because when he was a kid, he filmed videos with his friends and whatnot. But he was shy, and but as he's especially shy around girls. I didn't really notice that with the interviews, but I mean, at least with the newer interviews. But as I have mentioned before, that Adam has probably... he's more confident now, I should say, around the interviews. Like, at first he was a little bit shy, but he got used to it and is maybe not so shy. Maybe a little bit shy, but not so shy. Not as shy as he was when he first started his career. So anyways, Adam has said that he was shy around girls, and I always thought Be Brave was basically him telling himself to be brave and talk to this girl and whatnot. And I know why it's called Be Brave, but we won't get into that until after we play the song, because I just want to review what the actual song is about, and then we're going to play the song and then look through the lyrics. But Be Brave, when I had first heard that song, as I said, it was the song that I was I was expecting the least. Like, it was at the bottom of my list of songs I was most excited for. But of course, with it being on Reel 3, I knew I had to listen to it right now instead of waiting until June. Like, that just didn't make sense to me, just to wait 2 more months. So, I have to say, I had said earlier that I was most excited to talk about this song, which is a little weird because I told you guys that it was the song that I was least expecting and that it was at the bottom of my list. Well, this song had actually blown me away. Lyrically, I think there could have been more to it, but the song as a whole, oh my freaking god, this is like my favorite song off of this. Like, so far, this is probably my most favorite song. As I said, I really enjoyed Cloud 9, the synth and that, and New York City, and the songs in the previous reels. And I'm not really a fan of slower songs, piano ballads and whatnot. And that's, when I heard the preview, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be, it's a slow, romantic ballad type of thing. I mean, not to say I don't like those type of Owl City songs. I like Silhouette, and I love Lonely Lullaby, but those are my least favorite songs, so I can tell you right now that this is probably going to be my least favorite song. Let me tell you, going into that song, it was not what the preview had sounded at all. The first half is definitely slow, basically like a ballad kind of thing. Still romantic, love story kind of thing. And then the second half of the song, guitars come in, and it honestly sounds like you're at a rock concert. Like, there's this heavy guitars, and it's basically a rock song. And it's like, where did those come from? I was not expecting that at all. I had actually read about guitars with this song before I had even listened to the song, and then I completely forgot about it. And even when I was listening to the song, I forgot about it. I just, after I was listening to the song, I was like, I was in shock. I was like, whoa, what did I just listen to? So, overall, this was just an amazing song, and I really enjoy it. And as I said, it's probably one of my favorite tracks off of this album so far. As I said, these type of songs I really don't enjoy, but this one just, I enjoy them, but I enjoy them the least. And it's very rare that these type of songs actually become my favorite. I think it's my favorite because it totally was, like, the guitars were, like, unexpected. Like, they just came out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa. And it just blew me right away. So, I gotta say, this one takes the cake, at least for this reel. And we'll see what the remaining 6 tracks from the album do for me. The other 3 songs on the album are songs that are basically alternate versions of songs you've already heard. Well, except for Firebird. We haven't heard Firebird yet. But anyways, there is one thing that I gotta point out to you guys. First of all, there's a guy on YouTube by the name Tom L.J. White. He has been reviewing a lot of the Owl City cinematic releases so far, and he pointed something out that he had actually seen on Reddit, and I seen this on Reddit and I just completely ignored it, and then watching his review of Reel 3, just kind of seeing this had totally I didn't know what to think. There is a SoundCloud user by the name of, let's see if I can pull this up here without, okay, so sorry, the SoundCloud user is Subsound. First of all, for those of you who don't know, Adam had a score project in 2016, which I had mentioned it in a couple of episodes. Adam, through all of 2016, from February till December, each month, he had picked an historical event, for example, Titanic. And if there was a movie to be created on that historical event, what would the music in that movie sound like? So the scores. So basically it was all instrumental stuff. I said Titanic, for example. I know there's already a Titanic movie, but Adam actually did cover the Titanic in one of the during one of the months of the score project. So each month he basically created a whole album of, like, in a historical event, whatever month what was going on. So it consisted of like 8 or 12 tracks. It was either like a short album or a long album each month, which I thought was really cool. And the Be Brave during the bridge part consisted of his song from Apollo 11 called Return to Earth. And somebody 2 years ago, actually, when the Apollo 11 album actually got released, a SoundCloud user by the name Subsound had actually created a song over that instrumental, like a vocal cover almost. Basically created a song over that instrumental. Well, there's a certain part in that vocal cover that all of a sudden got used in Be Brave. And I'm going to refer you to Tom L.J. White's review, Real 3 review, in the description to hear the comparison. But, like, legit, like, that part in Be Brave sounds exactly like the vocal cover that this guy created 2 years ago. Now, mind you, it was Adam's work originally, so Adam just could be singing in that instrumental part, and it just sounds a little like he copied him in a way, and he probably didn't. I'm not accusing Adam of plagiarism. This Tom guy from YouTube didn't accuse him of plagiarism either. It just sounds like a weird coincidence. It's just like, I just thought that was something to point out. So yeah. Other than that, I think that's it. Be Brave. As I said, Be Brave blew me away. It is probably my favorite track on the Unreal 3, and possibly the whole album. I can't really say for the whole album, as the album is not out yet. We still have a little bit more ways to go, but overall, this is my favorite song that we've heard on the album so far, and possibly from Real 3. So we're gonna get to, and this is the longest song on the album, so I love that we have it's 5 minutes and 16 seconds, so it's pretty cool. So let's continue with Owl City, Be Brave.
In the basement of an empty house, I slept on the floor like a vagrant. I braved a Minnesota winter night and drove to a movie feeling lonely. And as I thawed my heart out by the light of the silver screen, I was unaware that you were there in the dark. A silhouette was climbing up the stairs, and what I thought in the parking lot was like, I just wanna know your name. I drove away with not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words, be brave. Wildflower knew I wasn't well, but on the kitchen floor I got better again. I grabbed my keys and drove toward a star, and there I was understood for the first time in my life. 'Cause that's when I was introduced to true serendipity. I knew it when you showed up again in the snow. Yeah, I was always told your heart is where you're home. And what I thought in the coffee shop was like the last 8 hours was a dream. I drove away with not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words, oh, And in my mind, after all this time, I think, ain't life beautiful and strange? I'm blown away with no words to say, 'cause I'll forever be amazed how I learned the meaning of the phrase. Be
Alright, that's Owl City, Be Brave, a part of our Real 3 review, a part of Adam's cinematic album that's coming out June 1st. So, yeah. So, let's continue with the commentary for Be Brave then, for the lyrics. I wonder if I can just do a fast search on her. There we go. Alright. Oh, no, that's not the right. I keep clicking on the wrong thing, guys. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Genius.com. Alright. So, yeah, we're just going to read the commentaries. This will give you a little more insight, I guess, as to the time that Adam and Abby, his girlfriend, had met. So, in the basement of an empty house, Adam says, "Be Brave" is a song about the night I had met my girlfriend. I braved a Minnesota winter night. Adam says he was in the process of moving to a new house. All his stuff was packed away in boxes, and he was literally sleeping on the basement floor of his empty home. That sounds like a little sad of a story. But, I mean, when I moved, I slept on my mattress for a day, so, I mean... In the dark, a silhouette. Adam says one night he went to the movie theater. As the movie was starting, he noticed a person walk into the theater a few minutes late. He couldn't tell who it was, but he remembers seeing the silhouette of a person out of the corner of his eye. Little did he know that that person would change his life. I drove away. Adam says he felt a strong urge to talk to her in the parking lot. Before he drove away, she gave him her business card, and on it was printed an illustration of an owl, and underneath were the words "Be Brave." So that's basically, I think, why the song's called "Be Brave," because she gave him her business card, which the business card is actually in the album art. Wim Photography, she's a photographer, and she drew an owl, so I'm assuming she knew who Adam was. I mean, Adam goes by the name Owl City. Adam goes by a lot of... Adam has other projects outside of Owl City, but Owl City is what Adam is most known for. So it is like she had to know who he was if she drew an owl, and she wrote the words "Be Brave." So I'm assuming she was telling him to be brave. I do want to say though, I had read somewhere on Reddit a little while ago. Some people had discovered Abby's Instagram. I think this was before not many people knew who she was. Some people, like, I knew Adam had a girlfriend. I wasn't sure if this was her or not. But I mean, this person posts a lot about Adam, so I was like, I'm assuming it's Adam's girlfriend. And then you just had a lot of Owl City fans following her in general, so... But, I'd read somewhere that, it's not his girlfriend. I know this person personally. This person's been an Owl City fan for a while. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure you didn't get the memo, because, like, like, I've looked at this person's Instagram, and I'm following her now, and it is indeed Adam's girlfriend, so maybe she was an Owl City fan, I don't know, before they even met, and, like, I don't know, I'm really assuming she knew who, I'm really assuming she knew who he was, especially because, probably around where Adam lives, he's most known for being that guy who is famous. So, I mean, you never know, but I just thought I'd point that out. Wildflower knew I wasn't well. Adam says Wildflower was the name of the street he lived on at the time. I grabbed my keys and drove toward a star. Adam says at the time, he was a bit down in the dumps. It was a long, dark winter, and he was feeling lonely. Meeting the girl changed everything. Serendipity. Adam had said he had later learned serendipity. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, by the way. But was one of his girlfriend's favorite words. Was like the last 8 hours was a dream. Adam says he eventually asked the girl out on a date. So the second half of the song is about Adam's date with her. And they had spent 8 hours in a coffee shop. Adam said it only felt like 5 minutes. But in my hand, I held a paper bird. Adam says the paper bird is a reference to the business card his girlfriend gave him the night he had met her, and he put it in his wallet, and it's still there to this day. Okay, I'll be brave. Adam says if you listen closely, you can hear the voice of his girlfriend singing the O lyrics during the bridge. So that's the part where I was talking about, I feel like Adam copied the guy who made that vocal cover of Return to Earth 2 years ago, Sub Sound. Now, it's funny though, Adam says it's his girlfriend, and I always thought it was Adam, so I don't know if I'm thinking of the right part though, or I don't know. I can't hear a girl's voice in this song at all, but I mean, I'm not calling Adam a liar. He's the one who created the song, so maybe just my ears aren't that great or whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, his girlfriend sings in the song, so which kind of makes sense, you know, like when the song came out, before I had even read the commentary, I thought, man, like Adam's girlfriend has been singing background vocals or like lead vocals in a few of these songs on the album. You would think that maybe she would sing in a song about herself, but I don't hear her. So, and then it turns out she does sing in the song about her, the day that they met. I can't point it out, but she's in the song, so. I wonder if I remove some of the vocals on Audacity, maybe I can. Wonder if I'll be able to hear it a lot better. I don't know. Anyways, Adam says if you listen closely. I tried to listen closely a couple times last night when I read the commentary, but I wasn't sure, so. Alright, well, let's get to the last song. We've already reviewed this song, so I'm not really going to review it. You can listen to my review episode on that if you want to listen to my review of New York City. But I do want to point one thing out, and I have heard it being discussed when we heard the previews of the songs before we ever even heard Cloud9 or New York City, but I couldn't hear it until I watched Tom LJ's White's review of Real 3 of the cinematic album. So it has came to my attention that New York City and Cloud9, so Cloud9 that we just played earlier, are the exact same songs pretty much. They sound the exact same. I couldn't really hear it. Like, I known people were saying it, and I'm like, I don't hear it. I can't hear it. But he's even uploaded a mashup on... He showed us a mashup in that video, and you can take a look. I'll link his review in the video, or in the description of this episode. He just showed us a little clip of the song sounding the exact same. But he also uploaded a mashup because everybody was asking for it. So... and I thought, listening to that mashup, I thought, oh my gosh, they do sound quite the same, don't they? But I still love both songs separately in their own form. While they may sound the same in a way, I still like New York City for the way it is, and I still like Cloud9 for their own different reasons. Again, love the instrumentation of New York City. And just in general the whole song, but Cloud9 I really enjoy the song instrumentally more than New York City, which, as I said, New York City was like the song I was most looking forward to on the album, and I'm not sure on the album as a whole, but for the real, New York City is probably the weakest song, yet it's still a great song. So the weakest song on the album so far that we have heard, though, I have to say, is probably All My Friends. But as I said, I am a little bit nicer than... I wouldn't say nicer, but I actually enjoy All My Friends, despite the hate for it, and I understand the hate for it, but I actually enjoy it. So, we're just going to play New York City, so if you want to hear my thoughts on New York City, be sure to listen to the New York City episode where I talked about that. But I also want to point out that when we do our cinematic album review, when the full album comes out, I will go over each song that we've already heard and kind of give you my recap thoughts on it. But I will not be going into full detail about those tracks. But as of right now, I've already talked about New York City. So if you want to listen to that review episode and listen to my thoughts from there, you can go ahead and do that. But other than that, I will give my recap on New York City and all the other tracks that we've heard so far from the album when the actual album comes out, when we do that review episode. So we're going to be playing New York City right now. I want to talk about an interesting newsletter that Adam has sent out to us from his newsletter. And then I want to play an upcoming track, a snippet of a song that I'm excited for off of the album. I'm excited for the whole album as a whole, but so let's continue with New York City.
I'm digging through the glove box. I thought I had a map in here. The driver's door doesn't lock. I bought the car my junior year. There's candy in my backpack, and you can pick our soundtrack. We're heading for the East Coast tonight, so pack your bags and hold on tight, 'cause we're taking off. We're taking off. Up on the dashboard, we're driving with the windows down. Did you forget your phone cord? We'll buy one in the next small town. Get dinner at an IHOP, a shower at a truck stop. We'll listen to some Johnny Cash. Take my hand and don't look back, 'cause we're moving on. We're moving on. Run away with me. We're on the way to New York City. Take my hand and see Manhattan never looked so pretty. Travel light and see the world right. You'll never know if you never go. So run away with me and say hello to New York City. Run away with me. We're on the way to New York City. Take my hand and see Manhattan never looked so pretty. Travel light and see the world right. You never know if you never go. So run away with me. Stroll the midtown streets and tell me that you don't feel giddy. Lady Liberty ain't throwing us a wink or is she? Travel light and see the world right. You'll never know if you never go. So run away with me and say hello to New York City. Say hello to New York City. Say hello to New York City.
Alright, that was Owl City with New York City. When we do the full cinematic review episode, when we talk about each track that we've already heard, so when we do our recap thing, I will play the song in the background, but I will not be playing each song individually, because the episode will be way too long if I do that. However, I will play the songs that we have not heard yet, like Firebird, House Wren, Winners Never Quit, etc., etc. I will be playing those songs, not in the background, but actually after I talk about them. It will be... The episode is like... the album as a whole is like an hour and 1 minute. At least the songs without the alternate versions of some of the songs. With the alternate versions, I think it's like an hour and like 10 minutes or something like that. I can't think of the actual time frame, but the actual length. So if I play each song individually, it's just going to take so long. So that's why I'm going to do it that way. Just so you know. Alright, well, here's an interesting newsletter that had came to my attention. So Adam, if you sign up for his mailing list on his website, you of course know that he sends out some newsletters once in a while. And Adam, the reels 1, 2, and 3 are out now. Adam says he is thrilled to share the third and final reel from Cinematic. New York City, Be Brave, and Cloud9 are all based on some of the most important, memorable moments in his life. From the first time he left his hometown to the very first night he met his girlfriend. Adam says stay tuned for the full album out June 1st, and some more very exciting news in a couple of weeks. So a lot of people are like, what's the exciting news that is coming out in a couple of weeks? I don't know what the exciting news is going to be. My guess is going to be tour announcement. I don't know how booking tours work when people are not signed on label. Adam, as you guys know, is releasing music independently now, so he's not on a label company anymore, which I think is probably the best decision I think he had made. I thought I had read last year that he was currently looking for a new record label, but I hope he... In my opinion, I would rather him stay independent, at least for a while. The only downside is that it doesn't really give us much interviews, and because I highly doubt Adam has a manager anymore. So unless somebody phones him from like a huge TV network, like I don't know, Good Morning America or something, unless some big TV show like calls him up and says, "Hey, can we interview you?" I don't think there's going to be much interviews, at least coming from Adam, which is fine. We've got a lot of things from this era. It's been a lot different from previous eras because of no interviews and whatnot. But I mean, Adam's posted behind the scenes look at his albums. He's posted some music videos from the album. He's behind the scenes of the music videos. So I mean, we've been seeing some things, and it yeah, it's just a decision he wanted to make, just get away from Universal Republic and release music independently, which is fair enough. So yeah. So what's the exciting news? Most people were thinking it was a tour. There was some weird speculations that maybe it would be a wedding or an engagement announcement. I can't see Adam doing that, and quite frankly, I think that's a little weird thing to announce. Like, I get it. Like, if a famous person wants to say, "Hey, I'm getting married to this person," okay, great. Like, but Adam's very private. Like, he has never mentioned her by name. Of course, we know who she is, but Adam hasn't acknowledged that we know who she is. He just keeps referring to her as his girlfriend. And, but let's face it, Abby was in the behind the scenes of the music video. People were speculating that they're already married or some sort of thing is going to be happening because her last name was not revealed. Like with the behind the scenes video, for like the cast member, like the actors and the director, it literally had their full name up there, where Abby's name was just Abby. It didn't say Abby Olmstead, which we know is her last name, considering, well, she sang background vocals in My Everything, and Adam literally credited her Abby Olmstead. And in Montana, the acoustic version that Adam uploaded on YouTube, the guy named Bill, who Adam is singing about, who is in Abby's family, he says Bill Olmstead. So we know everything about Adam's girlfriend, but it's weird that it doesn't have her full name in the behind the scenes video. So it's like, oh, maybe it didn't show a last name because maybe Adam's secretly married, or they think something's going to come up, and I think that's highly unlikely. I don't think, well, I do appreciate, I want them to get married. Like, I think they're perfect for each other. Like, Be Brave is the most beautiful song I've ever heard, and yesterday, when I was reading the commentary and I saw that Adam had spent 8 hours in a coffee shop on his date with her, it's like, if you spent 8 hours on a first date at that, you must have a really strong connection, and I really think they're perfect for each other. I've seen videos of her talking about him, and when they talked about a couple of the songs, like Abby and her friend talking about some of the songs on the album, like I could tell that they were really perfect for each other. And if Adam wants to announce a wedding or whatnot, that's fine. I don't think Adam is going to invite his fans to his weddings. That his wedding. That would just be weird. So that's why I'm saying it's probably a little weird that there'll be some sort of engagement or wedding announcement, because that just doesn't sound to me like something someone would do. I mean, I've heard of famous people saying, "Oh, I'm married to this person," or "I got engaged with this person," but that's about it. I don't, and most of the time now it's through Instagram, like just by posting a picture and some captions. Like, I highly doubt Adam would release some type of video for that. That'd just be weird. Or I just think that whole thing is weird. So, I mean, if Adam was to go out there and publicly say, "Oh, I'm getting married," or whatever, okay, but I don't think that's the announcement that he's talking about. That just doesn't sound related in any form. It's probably a tour announcement. As I said, I don't know how tours work when artists release independently, but other than that, I can't think of anything else as to what would be happening. I know Adam has other projects in mind that he's working on right now outside of Owl City. Even though Owl City is the current album that everybody's looking forward to, Adam has a project with Matt Thiessen, who Matt Thiessen is from the band Relient K, and Matt Thiessen has also worked on a couple of Adam's tracks dating back from Ocean Eyes. Matt Thiessen provided background vocals in Fireflies. But Matt Thiessen is probably most known for collaborating with Adam on Tidal Wave. As you can hear, there's Adam's voice and a different guy's voice. Well, that's Matt Thiessen. Matt Thiessen had actually co-wrote Good Time, which is Adam's second biggest track. So Matt Thiessen has worked with Adam a lot. Adam has actually worked with Matt Thiessen with his band Relient K. Adam had actually co-written a song that they wrote, that the band had wrote, called Look On Up. Adam had co-produced the track Terminals, and Adam has also sang on one of their tracks called That's My Jam. But what I wanted to say was, back in 2009, when Adam was becoming big and Ocean Eyes came out, Fireflies was a huge thing. Adam had actually, it was either Adam himself or Matt had mentioned it in an interview, but they were going to work on a project together called Goodbye Dubai, and that project has seemed to be long gone and forgotten, or at least we had thought that it wasn't going to become a thing. Most of the fans hadn't forgot about this project that was supposed to be coming out, but Matt had recently said that they were still working on that project. Like, this was like, I think last year, or maybe even earlier this year. I remember Matt mentioning in an interview. First of all, I don't follow Relient K or Matt Thiessen. This is just stuff that I seen just because I'm a fan of Adam, and I really enjoy some of the Relient K stuff that Adam has worked with, but outside of that, I probably haven't really listened to Relient K, other than the stuff that Adam has been involved with. But I have heard that they're still working on Goodbye Dubai, so maybe that's the new exciting news. I don't know, but I don't see a wedding or an engagement announcement coming anytime soon. That being said, Adam has been releasing acoustic versions of a song from each reel, so I'm assuming there's going to be an acoustic version for Be Brave, and I know Adam has added or changed some of the lyrics in each of those different versions, so I'm assuming Be Brave is the acoustic version is kind of going to be coming out for Be Brave, and if an engagement or wedding announcement does happen, it will probably be in changed lyrics in this acoustic version of Be Brave. But I mean, what do I know? I don't know. So we'll see. But as I said, an engagement or wedding announcement, at least in video form, probably outside of that acoustic performance, I don't see it coming. So just saying, I really don't see it coming even in an acoustic version of that song. But again, as I said, what do I know? So, last thing I want to talk about. Sorry, this episode's been a little too long. I was trying to make it short, but there was a lot of things I really wanted to cover with each song that we offer this reel. Is a song that I'm most excited for from the album. So this episode, we're going to be covering Winners Never Quit. That one I really enjoyed when I first heard the preview for that one. So let's get to that one. So here's a preview of a song off of the upcoming Owl City album Cinematic, coming out June 1st. This is called Winners Never Quit.
I might take my time, 'cause I find the fable had it right. Slow and steady wins the race. And I might lag behind, but I swear I'll cross the finish line, moving at a steady pace. I'll give it all I got.
Owl City, a preview of an upcoming song off of the album, Winners Never Quit. So I'm excited for that one, as well as a lot of the other songs off of the album. I'm just excited for the album as a whole. And not in this episode, because I just feel like it'll be a little too long. Possibly in our next episode, we're going to be talking about I'm going to give you some of the predictions of what I think each song is going to be about, as far as the songs that we haven't heard yet. So, like, Winners Never Quit and Firebird, and I think I already gave you an explanation what I thought Firebird was about, but Cinematic, all those songs like that. So, yeah. But other than that, I just feel like the episode would be too long if I talked about it in this episode, so I won't even bother. So anyways, yeah, so that's it for our Reel 3 review episode. I don't think there's really much else to say. So the question that I have, basically ending the episode, is, out of all the reels that had came out, which one is my favorite? And I'm gonna have to. So reel 1 has Fiji Water, the 5th of July, and All My Friends. The second reel has Not All Hairs Wear Capes, Montana, and Lucid Dream. And then, of course, the third reel, which we just reviewed, has Cloud9, Be Brave, and New York City. I'm going to say my favorite reel is reel 3. I enjoy Cloud9. Be Brave is amazing, of course. I have some weird obsession with that song. It's just amazing. And of course, New York City was the song that I was really excited for when the album announcement had been released. So I'm still enjoying the heck out of that song, despite the fact that we have just learned that New York City is the weakest song, at least on that reel, even though it's still an amazing song. So if I had left out any points, I'll be sure to talk about them in the next episode, but right now we're just going to end the episode right here. I would have done the inspiration of, I guess, Lucid Dream would be the next track, but because the episode was just a little too long, I'm just going to stop right here, and we'll make a separate episode either covering some of the songs that inspired Lucid Dream, or with more things coming out. We are expecting an acoustic performance of a song off of the reel. I'm assuming it's Be Brave, but I'm not sure. But anyways, when that comes out, we might do the inspiration of Lucid Dream, or I might just do an episode separate. I don't know. But of course, Adam had announced that he has some special news coming out very soon. So whenever that is, of course, we'll be talking about that as well. So we'll have more episodes between now and until the album comes out, of course. I also want to mention, if you search up DJ Mindle's Entertainment Podcast, we're going to be doing episodes on there related to Owl City. Each month I do a top 10 Owl City countdown. I'm a little bit behind on editing and recording that too, but fear not, because that will be uploaded soon. We have the top 10 Owl City songs, overall my favorite Owl City songs, at least at the time I recorded that episode. Uploaded, and that was at the end of December. January, from January till now, all those episodes have not been released, unfortunately. Most of them are edited, but I just haven't uploaded them, which I apologize for that. But January, though, we covered my top 10 favorite songs from the Of June EP and Maybe I'm Dreaming album. February, we covered my top 10 favorite Ocean Eyes songs. And in March, which I have to edit, but I already recorded the episode, I just gotta edit it. Again, I'm way behind. My top 10 favorite All Things Bright and Beautiful songs. And then this month for April, I want to get the other episodes edited and uploaded before I record my April episode. But it will be the top 10 songs from the Midsummer Station. And then for May, we're going to be covering my top 10 Ultraviolet EP / mobile orchestra songs for the month of May. And then, of course, June, I will take a break as far as the top 10 Owl City songs go. Maybe I'll cover like the top 10, my favorite top 10 songs that Adam has remixed or produced or something. I also have a top 10 songs that Adam has covered, but of course, that episode hasn't got edited either. So I will take a look at the episodes, and I've got a lot to edit. So maybe this week I'll take a look at those stuff that I gotta edit, of course, and get those uploaded. And then, of course, yeah. So, anyways, but other than that, that's DJ Mindle's Entertainment Podcast. But this podcast that you're currently listening to is Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. And of course, again, when more news comes up, of course, I'll be sure to record an episode. If not, I will shortly here record an episode covering the inspiration behind Lucid Dream. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. And we'll see you next time for the Cinematic and Adam Young podcast. Thanks for listening to Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. All songs in this episode belongs to Adam Young of Owl City. I do not own anything. Please follow me on my Twitter at OceanEyed55. Thanks for listening, and be sure to tune in next time for our next episode.